Alright, hi guys. A really nice day, June 12th. I'm down in Southern Door today. I'm down at the Forestville Dam. Right there in front of me is the mill pond, as they call it. If you were to continue to go north, the direction I'm pointing, eventually you'd run into the upper Anape River, which would take you all the way to about Tornado County Park, where I did the video a few weeks ago about the lost little town of Williamsonville. And then coming back through here, here's the park over here, and then most of you have probably been here. This is the Forestville Dam right here. Not running at full capacity right now because they're doing kind of a drawdown of the mill pond, so they only have the far sluice open over there. But then down there, there's the lower Anape River. Really pretty today. Some of you may have been out here at different times. There's salmon, and sometimes there's trout down there, and a lot of times when the water's really high, it's really running down there. Well, I wanted to bring you out here today, not only because this is a place that's, well, pretty neat. You know, everybody thinks of Door County. They think of Northern Door with, you know, Sister Bay and Ellison Bay and Egg Harbor and Washington Island and Bailey's Harbor, and those are all neat places, and I plan on going up and doing some historical trips up there as well for you guys. There's a lot of neat stuff right here in Southern Door, too, and this is kind of a neat place, not only because it's a park now and it's a pretty beautiful place, but history. You know, this place didn't just start as a park. Back in the 1800s, people weren't building parks. People were surviving. They were doing whatever it took to earn a living and just survive. Life was a lot more difficult. Well, one of the problems in this area was it was good farming land. They were growing a lot of wheat all over Door County. The problem is wheat in its pure form it's not really usable. It needs to be beaten down at a grist mill and into flour. Well, to do that, you needed some type of energy. Well, in the 1800s, they didn't have electricity. I mean, you could use horsepower, you could use human power, but really, to do anything effectively, you needed more power than that. Well, that power came from water. And for water power, you needed fast-moving water. So you needed, ideally, a place where the water went from something high, like over here, to something low, over here, and then where it was kind of narrowed in the middle where the water would be moving really quickly. Then you could build a mill and you could use the power of the water to actually turn paddles and do the work for you. Well, somebody built a grist mill here way back in 1877, so we're talking a long time ago. Forestville, which is just about half a mile from here, is actually one of the oldest communities in Door County. A lot of people don't realize that when they think of Door County. Everybody thinks of Northern Door, but Forestville's been here a long time. Well, this dam was built here. I'm sorry, this grist mill was built here. So it was built by private individuals to make money, to survive. And they brought grain here from all over Door County, from Bailey's Harbor all the way down to Forestville and Maplewood. And here you'd have it turned into flour. Usually the way it went is the person running the grist mill would get part of the flour. That's how they got compensated, and they would sell the flour, and the farmer would get their flour, and that's how they would make a living. It was a pretty ramshackle affair. It was something that was just kind of built out of wood here, and it lasted, well, quite a few years. By the 1930s, there was no longer a grist mill by then. Now people were looking more into this area for recreation. And so in U.S. history class, you guys learned about the New Deal in the 1930s during the Great Depression. And a lot of times the aims of some of those programs was just to put people to work, and also, like I taught about, like Peninsula State Park, give people a place to have recreation and get their mind off their misery. So in the 1930s, a more modern structure was built here by the Works Progress Administration. So there would have been local people that would have built a more modern dam here, not this dam. By the 1980s, that dam was falling down, and so in the 80s, they built this more modern dam, and this is where it's at now. So it's no longer any kind of energy source. This dam is really here just to control the waterway and to control the river levels. But here you go. You can see right down here where the one sluice is open. That is the water that's coming from the mill pond, and it's going down here. And then if I come over here, it's coming right down through there and then flowing down into the river. You can see, if you look, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these ways. These things right here. When the water's high, it comes up over the edges of those. It's designed to do that. And when that happens, you're going to have water coming through a lot of them. It's that carp right down there.